Rick Hong here for Hollywood First Look. Today, I'm with the cast and director of The Black Phone. Let's take a first look.
Oh, you goof. Well, isn't that just peachy keen?
You need some help?
You see that?
Yeah.
Would you hand me my hat? Yes, sir. I am a part-time magician.
Are those black balloons in there?
Would you like to see a magic trick?
So how was it reuniting with Ethan and bringing him to the screen in a role that we've never seen him do?
Well, Ethan's my favorite actor I've worked with. You know, we've stayed good friends since Sinister. And when I brought him the script, I gave him the script and told him what I said. I'd love for you to play this role, but A, he's a sadistic child killer, and B, he wears a mask the whole time. So I did, and Ethan just said to me, I don't really play villains, you know, so I'm probably not going to do this. And I said, okay, well, just give it a read. He goes, if I'm going to do it, it's going to have to be like Jack Nicholson in The Shining good. And I said, okay, give it a read. The next morning, I got a voicemail on my phone that was him with the voice of the grabber reading one of the lines from the script, and that was his way of telling me that he loved it and he was going to do it.
That's exactly what it is. I knew I wanted to work with Scott, but when he told me that who he wanted me to play, I was like, oh, I'm not going to want to do that, Scott. But I'll read it. But when you read the script, it's so clear that the movie's not about the grabber. The movie's about these kids and about their ability to heal themselves and save themselves. And I told him I kind of almost never read a scary script that has a heart of gold. Normally, when you have a tremendous amount of fear in a movie, it kind of gives into that. But this movie's about something. And I was moved by it. And so I felt like, all right, it's time.
So I was wondering then, I mean, if you got a similar version of this script, but it wasn't Scott, you know, because you've worked with him before and there's trust, would you still said yes?
Scott was the reason I was here. You know, I had a great experience on Sinister. I learned a lot. I felt really proud of my performance. And it reawakened in me like a love of genre movies because of the level of excellence. It's always fun to be near somebody who aspires for excellence, you know, and it's a turn on for me coming to set when somebody isn't, as much as I'm sure Scott would love for the movie to be a hit and everything, he's just dying to make this movie and make it perfect. And that's an energy you can feed off of. And then my performance is just in service of these young actors too. So would I have done it if it wasn't Scott? No, I wouldn't have. You know, I wouldn't have had the faith that it would be in service of something.
Mason, let me start with you. You know, I noticed that this is kind of like your big kind of studio first feature. So how has this experience been, and also working with Ethan Hawke?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I've always loved horror movies, so being able to work on this is definitely something special for me. And working with Ethan, he is the greatest person I've ever met, and an even better actor, and seeing how he, you know, transforms into the grabber is something that is so special to me, and it's probably the scariest I've ever seen him, so.
Madeleine, all right. So you probably have some of the best dialogue in this movie. So I was trying to figure out, like, how are you practicing that? You know, like, I don't know if like you're recording it and you're doing it, or if like your parents are watching or families like get to like just kind of watch, because the movie, like, I really want you to go in the movie theater and just listen to the crowd's reaction to some of your lines.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that. But I know in my first auditions, like in the callbacks and in the chemistry read, I didn't swear because I didn't feel comfortable cussing in front of my parents. But then during the table read, once I booked it with Scott and Mason, Scott was like, do you feel comfortable swearing, or do you want to say something else? I was like, no, I feel like it brings so much to Gwen as a character, and it really brings out who she is. But I know that my mom was like, I'm not really excited for your grandparents to see this. I don't know how your grandma's going to feel about you saying those words.
Everybody's used to seeing like your beautiful face on the screen and everything. So I was trying to figure out, you know, in this role, you know, with the mask and everything, did you find that to be restrictive doing the role, or did you find it more liberating?
Completely liberating. I mean, what I love about the character in a way is anybody who's wearing a mask clearly is dealing with some deep sense of shame. They don't want to be seen. So there's a big key to who the character might be that he would do this. But then the mask itself is so dynamic. And the fact that he does show aspects of himself sometimes, it just became incredibly intriguing to me. I'd never done anything like it. And so I found it, you know, you become really interested in the voice. You become really interested in the movement. When somebody can't see your face, they get obsessed with what your hands are doing. So your whole performance shape shifts about where you're expressing yourself. So I just went into it.
The movie is The Black Phone, now playing in theaters.